Hi guys, today I want to talk about what I think is the most underrated Thomas episode. And when I mean underrated, I mean that I have never heard anyone talk about this episode in a positive light, but I think it's one of the hit era's best. This episode is Thomas and the Birthday Picnic. Cause I think it's one of, if not the best example of the three strikes formula. And it's not like Percy and the oil painting or Thomas and the storyteller when an engine needs to show a famous person the sights of Sodor. That is an absolutely great way to use the three strikes formula, don't get me wrong. But I think this episode does it even better, and I'll explain why. So in this episode, Thomas needs to take Topham, his wife and his mother to a special place to have their birthday picnic. So Thomas is like, okay, I'll just take you to Shen Valley. He does that, but there's a problem out of Thomas's control. He takes them to Shen Valley, but all the fields have been plowed into mud, so obviously they can't sit in the mud and have their picnic, can they? But like I said, this isn't Thomas's fault. He didn't mean for the fields to be muddy, but there are. And unfortunately, he can't do anything to fix it except take them to a different location. So he's like, oh, okay, I'll just take you to the castle instead. But when he gets there, he can't do that either because the castle is closed for redecorations. And I know some people said, oh, but this isn't Thomas's fault.
How was he supposed to know it was closed?
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually.
But my response to that is, that's exactly the point. It isn't Thomas's fault, but all this stuff is out of his control. It's basically one of those days when nothing goes right. All these doors are closing on him. So he tries to go fast, thinking of another idea, but he bumps all the hats inside Annie and Clarabelle. And yes, this strike is actually Thomas's fault, but it's less, oh no, I did my job incorrectly, and more, what do? I don't have any ideas left. So Topham tells Thomas to go home, and Thomas begrudgingly agrees, and he's like, oh no, my day is ruined, what do I do? So Topham and his family goes home, and Thomas goes back to the sheds, and he tells the other engines, nothing went right, my day is ruined. And all the engines, and to an extent us, the audience, realize, hey, this wasn't Thomas's fault. It's just all these doors were closing on him and he was having a bad day. So Percy tries to cheer out Thomas, saying, oh, don't worry, the hats enjoyed the cake. And Thomas is like, oh no, the cake, I forgot even that. This is the worst day ever. And it's only when Thomas is at his lowest low in the episode, he gets an idea. He hears the other engines talking about the whistles, and he's like, oh my god, guys, I have a new idea.
That's it. Thomas tooted our whistles.
So he's basically thinking outside the box because all these doors are closed, so he's got to open a new one. The station master calls Topham to come to the station, so all the engines have the party at the station because there was nowhere else to go. And then the whistles get paid off because they all whistle happy birthday.
One after the other, the engines hooted and tooted, whistled and blew happy birthday to you.
And it turns out this idea was much better and the best birthday party ever.
This is the best birthday picnic ever, smiled Dowager Hat.
So basically the moral of this episode is sometimes things go wrong out of your control and doors close. But when one door closes, another door opens, and all it takes is to think outside the box a little bit. And I think that is an absolutely great moral, and the episode is still entertaining regardless, and I do have to agree with what Topham says right here.
Thomas, boom the fat controller, this is your best idea yet.
And that's why I think Thomas and the Birthday Picnic is a great episode and the most underrated gem in the whole show's history. Thanks for watching.